Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm bringing you guys the injuries for this week. There's a lot of big-name players on the list. Almost every single player is a big-name player. So, I'm going to get right to it. Check it out. Here we go. So, I'm going to get right to it. Questionable, Aqib Talib, cornerback for the Buccaneers. He's got a hamstring injury and he's going to undergo an MRI later in the week to see the significance of that injury. Another questionable injury is James Starks for the Green Bay Packers. He's the running back. He's got an ankle injury and he quoted that he won't be out for too long. So we'll see what happens to James Starks. Another questionable big-name wide receiver, Andre Johnson of the Texans. He's going to have an MRI on his hamstring. He just came back after a right hamstring injury, and now he's got his left hamstring injury to worry about. It's really a tough break for the Texans, really tough break for Andre Johnson. So we're not sure how long if he's going to be out, but he's listed as questionable. Another running back that is labeled as out, but will possibly return this week is Adrian Peterson, the running back for the Minnesota Vikings. He's got that high ankle sprain. And Leslie Frazier said he's very close to return, so even though he's labeled out, he'll probably play this next week. Eagles cornerback Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie is doubtful to play against the Dolphins this next week, and he's got an ankle injury. Giants safety Kenny Phillips. Let me see here. I believe he injured his knee last night in the Packers game, and he will miss some time. How much time? It was not noted. Jeremy Maclin plans to play. He's labeled as out, but the Eagles wide receiver has a hamstring and a shoulder injury, but he does plan to play. So even though it says he's labeled as out, just a heads up there. Major Wright, the Bears safety, he's got a sprained shoulder, and he's listed as questionable. Charles Woodson, the cornerback for the Green Bay Packers, has a concussion, and he needs to be cleared by a individual, a doctor or whatever, before he can come back to practice or play. So we're going to see what happens with Charles Woodson. Doubtful linebacker for the 49ers is actually Patrick Willis, another big-name player, hamstring injury, and he's going to go undergo an MRI, see the severity of his injury. Chris Long, defensive end for the St. Louis Rams, has an ankle injury, and he's listed as questionable. You've got Joe McKnight, the running back for the New York Jets. He's going to undergo an MRI to reveal if they're... actually, no. He already underwent an MRI, and there was no tear in his elbow, but he's still listed as questionable. Mike Vick has been listed as out, but this is another player who can come back this next week. He actually did practice today, so there's a bright side for you Eagles fans. TJ Ward, the safety for the Browns, is ruled out for this Thursday's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Eddie Royal, wide receiver for the Broncos, suffered a concussion yesterday against the Vikings, and he's now listed as questionable. And the last injury of the day, one of the bigger injuries of the week, is Matt Forte, the Bears running back. He has an MCL injury, and he will be out 2 to 4 weeks. If he's out for 4 weeks, that's the remainder of the season for the Bears, and that's really a tough loss. You got Cutler out on the Bears. Now you got, to be honest, Matt Forte is probably like 50% of their offense. And when you lose a guy like that, it's going to be tough to if you're, what are they, 7-5? There's a chance the Bears don't make the playoffs this year just because of those 2 injuries. So heads up, Bears fans, watch out. So those are the injuries for the week. A lot of big-name players. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And hope to see you guys on the next one.